episode 10. And today's topic, weird and wonderful news. My name is TR.
And I'm Big Tommy.
And this is RogueCast.
This program of music to bring you a bulletin just received in the WOR newsroom.
All the humanity and all the planet is feeding, Roger.
I may, at this early hour in the morning, recapitulate the...
This team is really new. It examines things so as time goes by, keep listening for in times like
Okay. Episode 10.
Wow, we made 10 whole weeks into this thing, dude.
Amazing.
I know we're a little late this week, and I'm sorry. It's because of Wingfest this week.
Blame Wingfest for this one.
Dude, what a great time.
But it was cold.
It was cold, but you know what? The wings were good.
The turnout was amazing.
Yeah, I think they had over 7,000 people, something like that.
Is that a record or not a record?
Every year it's a record.
No.
It goes up every year. If they have a halfway decent weather, it goes up. And there wasn't even that good of weather this week.
My.
Dude, whatever happened to all the great weather we were supposed to have?
Oh, I know. And you were the one who predicted the great weather.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get going, let me just mention one quick thing. A friend of ours, Matt Wally, his father has been diagnosed with cancer, and he is trying to gather. He's trying to. What is he trying to do? Gather support for the American Cancer Society.
Right. He's going to raise money towards it, and he's actually got a bunch of different things going on. For those of you who don't know who he is a national opera singer. He actually has 2 recordings out that I know of. There might even be more of that.
Wow.
So you can probably Google him and find him on Amazon or whatever, wherever you buy your CDs. Maybe purchase one of those to help out the cause. But he's also got a website set up where he's taking donations.
Right. We will put a link up on RogueCast.com if you feel or would like to give. But we want to go ahead and mention that.
Absolutely. And, of course, we wish Matt's dad the best.
Yes. Okay, now getting back to official news. We're talking about weird and wonderful news.
All right, T, should I start with the beer one because it's St. Patty's Day weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
This was awesome, by the way.
First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Well, thank you. And luck of the Irish to you.
Yeah. Okay. Luck of the beer to you,
Yeah.
brother. All right. Well, here it is, this is straight from the Associated Press. Woman gets beer from her kitchen faucet.
Is that hot and cold running beer, or is that just...
I don't know, but apparently here it is. It almost seemed like a miracle to Haldis Gunderson. Oh, yeah.
Bah.
When she turned on her kitchen faucet this weekend and found the water had turned to beer. 2 flights down, employees and customers at the Big Tower Bar were horrified when water poured out of the beer taps. Apparently, in an improbable feat of clumsy plumbing, someone in the bar in western Norway had accidentally hooked the beer hoses to the water pipes and vice versa. We had settled down for a cozy Saturday evening, had a nice dinner, and I was just going to clean up a little. Gunderson, 50, who told the Associated Press by telephone Monday. I turned on the kitchen faucet, and beer came out. However, Gunderson said beer was flat and not tempting, even in a country where a half-liter pint can cost 25 kroner, which is $3.75 for a half pint in grocery stores. A local beer distributor said that he helped bartenders reconnect the pipes by telephone. Well, there's the issue.
Well, I think the plumber was sneaking a little something, was probably dipping into the resources while he was on the job.
Could be. But now, let me ask you just a couple of questions that this raises for me, T. First of all, the beer was wasted on a 50-year-old.
By the way, how come this never happens to a college student? This always happens to a 50-year-old mom.
A 50-year-old mom gets beer? What a waste. Oh. Second of all, flat or not, it's free beer. Okay, remember the commercial during the Super Bowl with the amazing beer?
The fridge that turned around, and then, of course, the college students on the other
side. The magic fridge.
They bowed to it and made it feel like it was a Roman temple.
And that's the way I'd be looking. I'd be like grabbing every pitcher in the house to fill it with flat beer. I don't care if it's flat.
That must have been great.
Well, all I can say is, how do you screw up a water pipe and a pipe that actually has beer in it. I mean, the fittings aren't even close to the same.
Well, apparently they are in Norway. Or Sweden, or Norway,
the
right?
plumber working by the phone. Although I have had issues with plumbers, I have to tell you, I've never had one that's willing to counsel me over the phone. Reminds me of that guy who was trying to do surgery on himself, and he's like, Doc, don't you think that you should be doing this?
He's like, no, it's okay.
No, it's fine. Well, anyway, so that gets us started in the weird and wacky, wonderful news that we've got, and I thought that was pretty fitting. I thought that you would appreciate that one quite a bit.
Well, let's go on to the next one, which happens
for?
after the drinking.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, this is an official Reuters from Toronto. I don't even know what that is.
It's probably Toronto and.
Oh, right. It probably is Toronto.
They just cut off the T.
Yeah, they did.
Reuters is
when it comes to sex and romance, aging Canadian baby boomers spend a lot more time watching television and surfing the net.
Was Canada involved in the war? And I'm talking about the Second World War.
Yeah, they had a huge... Yeah, Australia, Canada, they were all part of us.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if the same baby boom took place in Canada that took place here in the States.
Yes, well, let me read this. Canadians between the ages of 40 and 64 spend an average of 15 minutes a day on sex and romance, but can spend as much as 5 hours a day watching TV or surfing the internet. What's the average American watch on here?
I think the average American watches 4 hours of television a day.
Well, then they're up with us. That's 5 hours.
That's what I'm saying. I'd love to know what the Americans are saying on this one.
Yeah, they surveyed over 2,500 people,
okay,
and more than half said that they were often too tired to have sex, while 42% said they were often too stressed, and 40% said they did not have any time. Well, obviously, if they cut out the 5 hours of television, they would have plenty of time.
I love it. Well, you know what? And this brings up some interesting points. We're talking about the whole television in the bedroom thing a couple of episodes ago. Same sort of thing. I just think that people are finding other things to do instead of sex. And to be honest, these people are baby boomers. They're in their 50s and 60s at this point, and they're in the process of retiring. I mean, how many of them have an active sex life anyway at this point? I mean, they're probably getting more jollies from watching, Deal or No Deal than getting it or not getting it. You know what I'm saying? I mean...
Oh, yeah. I mean, Deal or No Deal. There's a...
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick sidebar here.
No Deal or
talk
Deal?
about Deal or No Deal.
Oh,
for a second.
God.
Have you watched this show?
It is intriguing for about 30 seconds, and then there's no show after that.
I have to tell you, it's intriguing a lot longer for me.
Oh, you love it?
The fact that anybody that has no brain can win $1 million.
Has anybody
I love it.
Has anybody won the $1 million?
No, and nobody will. And here's the reason why.
Because once it gets too big,
there's 2 boxes left.
Right, and one's a penny.
And one's even $750,000, and one's $1 million.
Right.
And they're going to offer the guy $820,000.
Yeah. Well,
he's taking the $820,000 and he's walking the hell home.
Yes. Well, the other thing too is what happens if there's a penny or the $1 million one.
Well, he's going to offer $500,000 and they're going to take it and run.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I think that it's funny that they have the little guy who's up there, some sort of actuary. They just take all the numbers and divide them by and come up with an average.
Yeah, and they say if this is what's left, this is what it is. I love the whole drama. I'll tell you what I really like about the show. Let me tell you what I like about the show. I like the fact that it doesn't take any knowledge. So any Joe Schmo American can do it. So it seems very realistic in that respect.
And I like the other part is where they bring your family.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Because that's a lot. I'm sure that's a lot of pressure that you don't even realize.
Well, okay, let's say you and your wife fight about money on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's looking at you every time you go to press it and say, no, take the money and run. That sort of thing. Very good. I like all the hot women holding the briefcases. They could have easily had just a big computer board with it generating what it was and showing it. But this way, you've got all these hot women that come out here and show the boxes and show a lot of stuff as well, which I really enjoy.
Right.
I like Howie. I don't like the drama Howie, where he turns the camera to and says, "And we'll be back right after this." I'm not crazy about the drama Howie, but I am liking the whole Howie thing where he will do different things and work. Like once, I don't know if you saw this, he went up and actually went into the banker's office.
No.
Because he was upset with the offer.
Oh, wow.
Okay. One time he said to the lady something along the lines of, he whispered in the lady's kid's ear and the kid told her how much she wanted. They change it up every time. One time the lady broke the phone. And instead of fixing it or reshooting it or whatever, they go, we're going to go to commercial. and a commercial that came back and they had the phone fixed. But I just like the way that it seems like it's a little bit more off the cuff.
Uh-huh.
That to me makes it a little bit more enjoyable.
I think, well, you know what I don't like about it, though, is that there's no knowledge, there's no skill, there's no...
See, which means even you and I have a shot. Would you not like $1 million?
Yes. But, I think once again, I think the best part of that show is where human greed gets involved. Just one more. Just one more. Let me see if I can just do one more.
There comes to a certain point with how much money means a lot to you.
Yeah.
Like, if $100,000 meant a lot to you, like, to me, $100,000 is exactly how much I need right now.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if anybody's interested in being an angel investor in my store, $100,000 is the investment that I am looking for at this point in time. $100,000 will get me through the next 5 years, and after 5 more years in this business, I will be well set and able to pay back that $100,000 without any kind of an issue.
Yeah, but
it's $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they were offering me $130,000. I'm hitting the button and running.
Yeah.
They're offering me $39,000. Yeah, my grade's saying no.
No.
I didn't come out here for $39,000.
Mm-hmm.
I came out here for the $100,000.
What's the least that you ever saw anybody walk away with?
$15.
$15?
Because these people got greedy, dude. I have watched these people get greedy.
There's a point to where there's 7 or 8 boxes left. And that there's a turn where you should just take the money
and run.
Because there's 15 and you're left with a couple on the high and a couple on the low.
Exactly.
And
just go.
Just go.
And the sad thing is there was this one lady who was on there with her whole church group, and they were singing, "No deal. No deal." All right. They pushed her into $15. She walked out with nothing.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, of course, when you have nothing to lose, it's amazing how far you can push people.
And the sad thing is that these people, they got no money. They were eventually offered they were originally offered at one point $170,000, and they turned it all down, and they end up with $15 at the end.
Right. And
they're like, well, it's $15 more than I had. I'm just happy I had the experience. Well, crap! You're not happy you had the experience. You got $15.
Yeah.
You could have had $170.
You can't even buy a 12-pack of beer.
You're a moron. I don't know. So anyway, sidebar over. I'm just saying that television is cutting into people's sex lives, and all I can say is I hope the wife gives me the deal or no deal tonight.
Well, here's the. We're running through these stories, aren't we?
Well, how are we doing time-wise?
Let's see.
I don't see the little timer today.
Ooh, 11 minutes and 31 seconds.
All right, so we've got a few more minutes.
We'll pull out the timer for the next segment. We'll have the official timer.
I appreciate that. I'm a little lost over here. I don't know what to do.
All right.
Speaking of which, if you're lost, don't forget to check out RogueCast.com.
We'll do one more, and then we'll...
All right, what do you got?
People who regularly smoke marijuana may find their memories growing hazy over time, a published study says, from New York and Reuters. Well, this is
from the desk of no rap.
Yeah. Once again, didn't we talk about this like episode 2 or 3, where they had studies which are so obvious, only to find out they really don't make any sense?
There you go. That's exact one.
Long-term users who smoke 4 or more joints per week for at least 10 years showed the greatest deficits.
You don't say.
One recent analysis of 15 studies found only minor effects on memory among long-term pot users and no clear effect on attention, language, reasoning, or any other cognitive functions, which I say, that's such a lie. Because,
I think it's a lie, too.
Because you've met somebody who smoked for 10 years. And
what's their favorite word?
Dude. Dude is everything. It's like, I'm duding it, dude. Dude.
It's like the Smurfs, dude. I'm telling you, dude.
Dude.
They use the word Smurf for everything, dude.
I'm duding it, dude. That word's like the word fixing in the South. I'm fixing. Oh, God, that word really. I'm fixing to make a cake, and I'm fixing to go to the grocery store.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So I'm fixing to go to work, and I'm fixing to go here and fix myself a cup of coffee. And
well, I reckon I'm fixing.
Yeah.
So I wrecked it, and then I fixed it. There you go.
God.
I don't know. This brings up a whole side point to this. Now, I'm not a big pot smoker. I think I've smoked pot 4 times my whole life.
Mm-hmm. I smoked it when I was in Amsterdam, so yeah.
And I have to tell you, all 4 of those times I got sick.
Oh, there's nothing big about it.
I would much rather drink a beer, have a vodka tonic or something. That was much more my style.
By the way, it's legal to drink a beer and have vodka,
and that's fine.
Yeah, you won't go to jail.
Well, and you probably won't get caught and go to jail the first time either, but it's when you're smoking 4 joints a week.
Where do they find these people, by the way? Well, obviously New York, where they...
or Hilton Head, for that matter.
Let me go ahead and finish the article.
Please, go ahead.
Overall, both long-term and short-term marijuana users performed more poorly on tests of memory, attention, and mental processing speed. The proportion of study participants deemed, quote, impaired, according to the research, was the highest in long-term group and the lowest in the comparison group. So what they're saying is all of them had some sort of, brain damage, but obviously the ones who smoke more of it have more of it.
Now, I'm not saying that the brain damage is not the same, or at least similar, from drinking alcohol or cocaine or even from just caffeine.
Right.
Or maybe even nicotine. Who knows what the long-term studies are with any of these other things, but you know what? They're really beating a dead horse here. We knew that this was the deal a long time ago.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I think that's why most of the people who I know that smoke pot is to kill their brains.
Oh, look at Spicoli. I mean, there's the perfect example.
There you go.
Remember? Oh, God, that was a great...
Dude, you were so stuck in the 80s. Let me tell you, you were listening to Kaja Goo Goo, wearing those leg warmers, getting ready for the next Molly Ringwald film.
The trilogy, and you forgot the headband.
And the headband. Got your parachute pants on. Got your fingers cut off your gloves. Breakdancing.
And you forgot the bandana tied around the
around your knee.
No, around the thigh, right above. Yeah. That was.
Then you got your pants pinned.
Whoever did that? Whoever put the bandana around their thigh? I mean, it was on television like it was some big cool thing about it. Did you?
Yeah.
Only
when I was breakdancing.
Okay. Oh, what was it? The breakdancing kit, the Robonzo Alberto breakdancing kit. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh, they sent you a big piece of cardboard and you would learn how to spin, and he had a whole VHS tape.
No, I never saw that. We learned how to spin ourselves on the streets of Philadelphia, actually. I placed 5th when I was in 5th grade. I was in 4th grade. I placed 5th in a breakdancing tournament in my age group.
Wow.
That's pretty scary.
Wow.
But you're the one stuck in the 80s.
We're going to end with that great note.
Thanks.
Okay. We'll see you in a couple days.
Thanks for listening to another fine episode of RogueCast. For more information on the topics, guests, or hosts from this show, please visit RogueCast.com. The content of all segments of this show is copyrighted by RogueCast.com 2006.